Hello,
Hello.
good evening, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Seattle by Night, Part 2.
Yeah.
This time,
Part 2.
it's personal.
It is. It is vampire. It's all
Electric
personal.
Boogaloo.
Yes.
We are delighted to be back with you for Season 2 of Seattle by Night. Tonight, we're bringing you Season 2, Episode 1, entitled Fresh Tendrils. Ooh. Bonus points if you know where that's from. But before we plunge headlong into the morally dubious fray that is Vampire the Masquerade, let's introduce everyone, thank some people, and have a quick overview and recap, because I think that we'll probably have some new family members joining us for the very, very first time. And it has been a little while, a minute, I believe,
been a minute.
as the mortals say, since this coterie was last stalking the nocturnal streets. Next item of business is consent and respectful play. This is a vampire story, and therefore it is a horror story. And therefore it includes and incorporates some mature content.
Yes.
The players and I have discussed where our personal comfort factors are before the game. I know their lines and their veils, and we've done this to make sure that everybody can feel comfortable and safe at our table.
That's true. So if anyone mentions squirrels, I'm out.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just standing up and I'm leaving it.
I have 2 in celerity, so I can leave really fast if
Yeah.
somebody mentions a squirrel.
Wow, we're getting that nerdy that quick.
Yeah.
Fast.
Are we gonna have to separate you two?
That went.
There's probably a reason we
I
don't
kinda
sit
like-
Are we
together.
gonna have to separate you two?
Yeah. Normally this is the other way around. So,
Yeah.
Okay. I see how this is going to go. We'd like to thank our friends at the World of Darkness for bringing this season to you, and especially our friends at Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Many of you, perhaps all of you, are aware that Vampire the Masquerade began its own life as a tabletop role-playing game, the very game that we are playing tonight for you. There is a very, very strong connection between the roots of Vampire and Bloodlines 2. In fact, if you're interested at all in Bloodlines 2, you're in for a treat and a special evening, because the events of Seattle by Night, Season 2, are directly related and connected to the events of Bloodlines 2. What? You might say
Is that true?
it's a prelude.
Oh.
Issue 0.
Exactly
prequel.
so. Exactly so. The prequel. So, when you play Bloodlines 2, pay very, very close attention. While you're watching Seattle by Night, you might even want to make a note.
He said the line.
To them, not to us.
Yeah, it doesn't count for you. Right? Yeah. Well, you can make all the notes you want. Yeah, much good may it do you. Okay. So, let's recap our story a little bit for the family and for ourselves.
Yes.
What have we here? We have 4 kindred who all want, for reasons of their own and collectively,
Taco Bell.
Right now.
well, at least one of you does
Yes.
right now, and that worked out so very well last time.
It did not. But I'm learning. I'm learning on the job.
Yes.
OJT.
On the job training.
On the job training.
You say that now, but I don't know if I'm convinced. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. For reasons of their own, they want to move up in the night, in the world. They want to join the Camarilla in the city of Seattle. And they have discovered that this is not as easy as it sounds. It's not merely a question of showing your credentials at the door. The Seattle Camarilla is a rather exclusive club. It's paranoid about newcomers. It's worried about exposure to mortal society. And so far, it has proven, I would say, decidedly unwelcoming to you, with one notable exception, perhaps. During the course of your first evening in Seattle, you met Tully, Clan Nosferatu, who was your very first point of contact at the Gum Wall, that notoriously unsanitary alley, Pike Place Market.
Indeed.
Tully warned you that although Prince Campbell holds praxis in this domain, your first point of contact should probably be the former prince,
which is strange,
Seems odd, doesn't it?
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the former prince's name is anyone?
Anyone?
Lou Graham.
Lou Graham, exactly so. The former prince, Prince Emeritus, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Seems to be the gatekeeper, the path you must take in order to win the favor of the court and gain the word of acceptance. But like the city she represents, she has been notoriously unwelcoming and unavailable to the point that it's not easy to even get to see her. You also met Nix, a singularly unhelpful individual
Yes.
Yeah.
who had some harsh words for Tom.
Yeah, that was uncalled for.
That was egregious.
Yeah, I
think.
thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt that in real life.
There was an incident, I think you could say. So you ran afoul of Nix. You eventually made your way to the Macam Bar downtown.
After barely avoiding some messed up dogs.
Coyotes, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wild vampire coyotes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I was approached by some strange dogs in the night, as I often am, and I tried to give them some jerky
Mhm.
from my pocket, and
The pocket jerky.
the pocket
Right.
jerky, like everybody
Purely
has.
as an act of good fellowship.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I
Trying
tried
to
to
make friends.
make friends with these hounds,
Mhm.
and I was attacked. I barely was able to pull my hand away, but I suffered an incredible amount of willpower damage.
That's
I am a
right.
shell of my former self, apparently.
Yeah, you suffered aggravated
And I wasn't a
willpower
lot there
damage.
before. So
There wasn't a lot to spare.
there wasn't.
So you are you're suffering from 2 aggravated willpower damage. So
Correct.
we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, we'll do housekeeping in a moment, and we'll talk about what you'll need to do in order to reclaim yourself.
Travel to Europe, I assume.
I was gonna say eat, pray, love.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Ride an elephant,
Meditation.
maybe.
Yeah.
Journal a lot.
Yes.
Maybe turn the elephant into a vampire and then come back to Seattle and have the elephant stampede the coyotes.
Wow. That's
Sex
a lot,
sex
yeah.
with strangers feels like it's often a part of that arc. So, I mean, we'll see how it
Maybe.
goes.
I want to focus on me for a little bit.
It seems like a wiser course of action.
Yeah.
You know what? 2024 is all about Tom.
All about Tom.
New year, new Tom.
Yeah.
At the Macam Bar, Tom met an old friend,
Yes.
Evangeline.
Evangeline, who he has a little bit of a crush on,
Hmm.
but she's out of his league.
Thoroughly.
By leagues.
I was gonna say a little bit.
20,000 leagues out of his league.
You met Evangeline when you were hobnobbing well above your stations in Tacoma,
Yes.
south of here.
Yes.
And Evangeline proved to be a reliable ally then.
Yeah.
Perhaps now as well. She gave you a suggestion. If you want to curry favor with Lou, you need to impress her. She suggested that you solve a problem plaguing a clanmate of hers, a missing ghoul named, I believe, Wendell.
Wendell.
Unfortunately
Wendell.
named, yes, Wendell. Mr. Wendell. She did not impart any details, however. She said she'd catch up with you a little later.
Yeah.
You also made some new friends.
Mhm.
You met a couple of kindred at the Macam Bar named Watcom and Rafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not their actual names, then, good cover stories.
We're in tight now.
But they were like the vampire version of like a NFT, bro.
Sort of.
They had there was a novel energy.
There was. Yeah,
Mhm.
which was very much Betty's
Yeah.
bag.
Okay,
I'm
she
still
can-
hung on you saying you have a little bit of a crush, because are we gonna forget that you were sweating blood?
I do. Okay, I have a big crush on Evangeline. I
Thank
do.
you.
They just
Yeah,
being strategic.
I think she's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
You're covering
was-
it
it
really
was
well, but
Yeah.
no
He
one
was
can tell.
sweating
Thank you.
blood everywhere. We got kicked out of the bar
No-
because he kept
no
sweating
one can
buckets
tell.
of
He was
blood.
Too wet.
Well, you were a great wingman. I really appreciated the help, and I thought that together we made a really good team.
We,
It's
it's a good start.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
off to a good start.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Could possibly.
More wingmanning in store
Okay.
Yeah.
for the future.
Tom has a wingman, you slut.
I can wingman the wingman.
You're not even from Seattle. You're not even from here.
Which gives me a good, outsider's perspective on the situation.
Technically, you need two wings. I mean, think about what it actually
See?
represents.
Exactly.
See?
Listen, we're getting into holiday season. It's Mean Girl season, and I'm very much like, she doesn't even go to school here.
You guys are both maybe the wind beneath my wings, like Bette Midler.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
It is holiday season. It's early December with all that entails in Seattle. Wind, cold, drizzle, rain, permanent cloud cover, and of course, holiday decorations going up in the streets and homes and retail establishments. It'll be interesting to see how your characters celebrate the season. We'll get to that as well. I believe you exchanged information, or you gave Wacom and Rafe your card.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yes. So they know how to contact you. And now the housekeeping. All right. So 3 items on the housekeeping list. First, the Chronicle Tenant, the moral red line that your characters are not meant to cross. If they do, there could be consequences. The Chronicle Tenet is the pillar of morality for this story is be a person, not a beast.
Yeah.
So for the family watching with us, that would mean that anytime that they have an opportunity to deny their bestial side, the beast within, and be a person, and they don't do it, they put their morality in jeopardy. And then the game gets really fun for me. Which is, of course, the entire game.
That's how I win.
You might not even eat lunch today.
Is that a real life threat? Because that felt like that.
Yeah.
I'll eat his
I
lunch.
feel like I should not only make a note, but also make you make a roll.
Uh-oh. Be quiet.
We'll just
I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Hunger is next. It has been several nights since you were unceremoniously kicked out of the Mackin Bar, Tom.
Yeah.
So when we last left you, you had varying degrees of hunger. I believe that Rico had 2,
I did.
and Tom as well.
Yeah.
Right? But Jamison and Betty at 1 only, right? So we'll leave the 2 of you at 1 as a baseline. Have you fed since then?
I absolutely have.
Mm-hmm. Now, as we know, the only way to get rid of all your hunger in Vampire the Masquerade is to kill your victim. Have you done this so that you can be completely satiated, or would you leave that edge, that little pang of hunger extant?
So tempting. I think that Rico is pragmatic and is not going to deal with whatever all that is entailed with having to deal with a dead body that you feasted upon. So yeah, I think he just took a little taste just to reduce
Just
the
a
hunger
little
just
sip.
enough, but has not made an actual kill.
The crema.
Yes, the best part.
Let's start you at hunger 1 also then. Tom, have you fed?
Yeah, I think that I would have fed, but I don't. Tom would not have killed anybody.
Doesn't seem his nature, really.
No.
Maybe in an extreme situation, but
Yeah.
not normally.
Not normally, so I think I'd still be at 1 hunger.
At 1 hunger.
Yeah.
So let's leave you at 1 too. So everybody will begin this game at 1 hunger. Perfect. Excellent. Finally, there is the matter of that aggravated willpower damage. The shattered ego.
I'm hurting inside.
So
Within.
Yeah.
you took 2 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ooh.
There are 2 ways we can address this. 1, you need to demonstrate genuine progress toward whatever Tom's ambition is. The thing he wants most to accomplish.
Okay.
In ideally in the intermediate or long term, and not just I want a taco.
Right now. Right. Okay.
Right now, that would be a desire. I want
Okay.
a taco. I want to buy a new car. That's probably a less of an ambition and more of a desire. Or when you have acted beneficially towards one of your touchstones, one of the morals that's important in your life that keeps you grounded to your morality, connected to your convictions.
Okay.
Choice is yours.
Well, my
Ooh.
ambition is to achieve greatness in my craft. So
Yes.
I want to be a successful and well-known artist, I guess.
And that goal has suffered some setbacks since you became undead.
It has. Yeah, it's much harder to get work. People don't want to get tattooed by vampires.
You don't say.
Yeah. I also can't tattoo myself
Yes,
anymore or
yeah.
other vampires, so I don't really have a clientele. that
Oh
I
my
can
gosh,
go
this is
onto.
actually crushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the undead body is, as far as we know, static. It doesn't change. When you tattoo an undead body, as you discovered, the ink just seeps to the surface of the skin overnight.
Right.
Gets stains your sheets and makes a mess everywhere.
Right.
Tragic. So what progress have you made toward this goal? Have you done anything that could be counted as some sort of advance, even if it didn't result in immediate success?
So I might be trying to figure out a way to tattoo vampires, maybe with blood, or using
Interesting.
blood in some way, and ink combinations of the two.
So mixing blood and ink together
Yeah,
as an attempt to permanently mark undead skin.
because I can see a market for it. I mean,
Sure.
it's just untapped, so to speak.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
It's just the intro. You're already heating it up.
I'm already heating up.
Oh.
Get ready for more of that.
So far, your experiments haven't met with success, but it's early nights yet.
Yeah.
You've just begun this idea, perhaps inspired by the food processor incident.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Right? So
Yeah.
that was sort of successful
Yeah.
in a way.
In a way.
Maybe blending vitae
Yeah.
with ink could
Ink,
produce
different crushed
positive
up,
results.
yeah, minerals, things like that. I'm probably
Okay.
just working on my thigh.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's your own. Do tattoo artists do that?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Self-experimentation.
They work
Yeah.
right here.
yeah, or your arm or wherever.
Jesus Christ.
I'm convinced. Let's remove
That's great news.
one of the aggravated willpower damage.
Okay.
And if you continue to work toward that ambition, we'll be able to remove another one once you demonstrate progress.
Progress. Okay.
So you're still carrying around that one aggravated willpower damage. Your total empty spaces were 5, and now you're at 4 empty spaces on
Right.
that track, right?
Yeah.
So you can only call on 4 willpower.
Got it.
I mean, it's not terrible,
Yeah.
but it's not good either.
Okay.
Shall we begin our story?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it.
I would love to.
We find ourselves tonight in the neighborhood of Ballard, tucked away in the northwest corner of Seattle, next to the Lake Washington Ship Canal, which connects the deep, cold water port of Elliott Bay with Lake Union and Lake Washington. It's the city that has that, neighborhood that has that big banner across Leary Street that says, Ballard, where history and hip meet.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds like.
That sounds like Ballard.
I
Wow.
think so. In this dense and diverse neighborhood, we find ourselves here
Indeed.
in this very place. And I believe Jamison Keene can tell us
I
of
can't.
this location.
I can't. So this is situated just for those of you playing along at home, just a couple short blocks from Mock's boarding house.
I know right where this is.
Very, very easy to get there if you know where it is. It is a converted, like a secret Masonic lodge that Jamison Keene has used his the fortune that he has built up over his time, both as Las Vegas royalty, with a slight detour into safe cracking and larceny. He has invested a portion of that in the conversion of this Masonic lodge. He can't avoid the vibes.
This is like your bat cave.
It is essentially
Is what Tom would say.
yeah.
He slaps you on the back. It's like your bat cave. I love it.
Well, not bat. Actually, that's quite astute. I'm deciding to retain this term.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Bat Cave, although its true name, should you desire to know it, certainly this is what is on the documentation, is Bertram House.
Bertram House.
Bertram House.
Oh, this is cute, Jamison.
You really think so?
It's cute. And she's not trying to be insulting, but it's a little insulting.
and,
It's so
the insult is absorbed.
it's so cozy and quaint.
He, as you're saying these things, he is just posed like wherever you're looking, he is moving in front of it and posing, like in front of some velvet, in front of a statue, just looking on like, oh, that's a very interesting
Is
piece.
this real velvet? I think it. Oh. You can't tell unless you touch it. So,
Can you tell?
mhm.
Is it real?
What's
to say?
real?
Who can say?
What's real? What's fake? It looks nice. I like it. I like this, Jamie. I can't believe you were hiding this from us.
Yeah.
I drop down onto a what looks like an antique couch, and you hear some kind of spring
A creak.
sound. Yeah, just boom.
There's a creak.
Yeah,
There's a sharp intake of breath.
yeah.
What are the amenities?
Uh,
Are there spaces for that are safe for the kindred to take their day rest? Maybe
absolutely.
Rooms without windows.
Well, no, because as you know, as a Masonic lodge, it has a lot of the traditional amenities that were considered the norm for that august body. So dark, like literal dark holes for contemplation, are a secret feature of such places.
Indeed.
And as a result, one need merely shift the carpet in the main area of the room, and just below can be found repose for up to 7.
So you haven't had a lot of time to put this together. So I would imagine that security is probably fairly mundane. Keys and locks.
Right now,
Maybe
it's
deadbolt or
it's pretty.
two?
I mean, obviously, we don't use the ring camera.
Hmm.
You know.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly. And also, as we discovered recently, there's a very complex relationship between the local rules of the Camarilla here and devices.
technology.
Yeah. None.
So no apps. No, we don't want to
No
be.
phones.
Oh, I brought apps, and I pull out like little bags of blood. I have some. Are you hungry? I have.
Well, I'm not.
I mean, I could.
I
Always
don't know
eat.
if you have a cold box in which to store
Nice
these.
box.
Yeah. Little
Absolutely,
ice
but this is all quite in terms of its defenses. They're all of the normal, mundane variety.
So keys and locks. Everyone gets their own key.
Absolutely.
Shall we say?
Yeah. There is a machine that can make them. It's just up on Finney Ridge, and a marvelous invention.
It's true. Let's talk about the neighborhood for a little bit. As I mentioned, Ballard is dense and diverse. It's right on the ship canal, so it has easy access to the water through the locks. It's considered a bit of a drive from central parts of the city because of the ever-present traffic, of course.
And parking was
Parking
monstrous.
Ridiculous, right?
And of course,
And
even
the
if
spaces are so small. My SUV, I feel like someone's going to sideswipe it.
yeah. Well,
Don't
and
like it.
obviously there's also the drawbridge, which can create issues as well depending on
Yes,
the time of day.
the ship canal bridge opens and closes at seemingly diabolical
Well,
whim.
no, at the most bizarre times you can possibly imagine.
I rather enjoy that you have a moat, James.
Well, yeah, it's connected to some
I'm sure
celestial
if
cycle.
we were in danger, you could just raise it
Even I do
and
not
do
have.
us a solid.
Even I do not have power over this diabolical machine, madam.
It sounds like you've chosen a location that's in really the densest part of Ballard, in that little weird tangle of side streets off Leary Market and
Absolutely,
that
and
sort
then-
of thing.
absolutely,
A
and
bit of
then
maze-like.
yes, and then just off near the water, there is a place that I would avoid during the light of day, even as a mortal creature. And there's no doubt. It's essentially a buffet. It's
Of hipsters.
It's convenience beyond convenience.
Huh.
And I'll say that the relatively recent burgeoning of micro brews has made it the most turnkey dining experience imaginable for Kindred.
So it's good eating. Very
I
densely
don't-
populated.
I don't think any of those words are in the Bible. I don't know.
Just I'll show you. I'll show you some of my favorite spots.
Oh, good, because I have become lost in the many of these words.
Listen, let me help.
And it's a historical neighborhood as well. It has roots in the local Scandinavian culture.
Absolutely.
Right? In fact, there's a Nordage Heritage History Museum.
Indeed, and a
nearby.
parade,
And
sir.
a parade. I'm curious to know if Jamison had a hand in any of that.
Dude, because he has been around, like, up in this neck of the woods. He's had access to Bertram House for a long time. It's not impossible. It isn't impossible, and that museum would perhaps be 4 blocks max from Bertram House.
It's a fairly small
Right by the
neighborhood,
locks, yeah.
Let's see what else is in Ballard. There's the
You can
Golden
see,
Gardens Park,
The Deadliest Catch Boats.
the
show up there.
deadliest catch boats.
They show up
Is
there.
this related to the Meg documentaries?
I think so. Yes.
No, it's anything.
I consider them one of a piece. Yeah.
Anything with fish,
Yeah. All the
crabs.
same.
Okay, fair enough. It's true. For a long time, Ballard was the home of the Seattle fishing fleet.
Yep.
It's still got a thriving marina at Shoal. Golden Gardens Park offers rugged views and hill climbs, but also
Dangerous geese.
what passes for a beach, really? How did Jamison come to this discovery?
I assume that he's seen it on Yelp,
Mm.
but it's like,
Territorial.
well, yeah. I mean, one has often, and territorial, and also these creatures are right at the level that makes striking the genitals sort of the go-to. When you see that neck become rigid, cover up, because you know that strike is.
My mom told me that when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
What are these things?
Well,
Geese?
they're
Oh, they're the geese. Oh,
they're
no.
geese, but they're the size of jeeps.
Feral geese, dangerous coyote. This is quite a.
No, this is what we need to know. We need to see if obviously.
Once Tom
yeah.
was also mugged by a raccoon.
It's true.
No,
Yeah, I
They're
did have.
very... They'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll
but
get you.
I'm just saying that, like, I have certainly tried to go there before, like with the family, and geese essentially operate the park. The geese, there's a sort of goose mafia
There's a sort of
yeah.
consortium
that
of,
holds
a
sway.
syndicate.
Yeah, they give you dirty looks too. There's like a weird sort of look in their eyes where they're just like, hey.
Well, yeah,
what's up?
they're looking at that zone, and they know.
Right where your bathing suit covers.
Yeah,
Less of a problem for Kindred.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Still intimidating.
oh yeah, but I mean, there's
Go
still
intimidating.
the ancient.
You know there's a gangrel out there that has like their own mutated geese instead of coyotes.
Yeah.
You
100%.
know.
Should ask Nix about this.
I
Yeah,
know.
I was like, I just imagine that, like, Nyx, wherever Nyx shows up, she just has whatever beast is local to that
To that
venue.
little area.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's just like over here, it's geese.
Yeah. Great.
Squirrels in Discovery Park, possibly. Who knows?
Rabbits.
Squirrels, watch out.
Hey.
Woodland Park, hares.
Oh my.
Brushing up against people's veils. Take it easy.
I'll teach you to say squirrel in Spanish later.
The block that your Bertram House occupies, let's give it some flavor. What other businesses might be located in this square block of immediate? Of course, there's probably a craft brew pub.
Oh, there's no question.
Right.
One of those ice cream places that has like onion and garlic flavored.
Oh,
ice cream.
yes.
No,
yeah.
it's right by.
Really?
It's right by.
Molly Moons. What is it?
No,
over
no,
there?
it's salt. Salt and straw.
Salt and straw.
It's right by Salt and Straw. I guarantee you, they have
One of
the
those.
black pepper
Yeah.
cheddar.
Yeah.
Huckleberry.
There would probably be some type of fusion restaurant,
There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
question.
like some type of Korean hot dogs or Korean hamburgers,
Yes.
something like that.
No,
yeah.
they have
Actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
no, they have Indian tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you're brushing up against my veils.
There's a thing.
Now you're brushing up
There's-
against my
there's-
veils.
Have you had the
a-
veil
that's a big
taco
thing.
yet?
Indian and Mexican food is a
Need
big thing.
refresher here.
That's why they sat us on this side.
Oh god, I actually saw some dark spots.
The geography of the table now makes sense
You
to
were
me.
chosen to be the good guy.
Sorry.
It's going to be that kind of chronicle, I see.
Wow.
Butter chicken quesadilla. All right, now I'm done.
So craft pub, fusion
Sounds so
restaurant,
good.
ice cream. Of course.
I just
There
hear
are probably
easy,
some,
easy pickings.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm
Good.
hearing.
Oh no!
Good.
I actually literally know in my mind the block. I can hook you up. Obviously, we're gonna have a brew pub. They're gonna have taps from around the air.
Of course.
Right. We're right by Salt and Straw. There's no question. If you want to get cheddar, ham, ice
Ice
cream,
cream.
They
they've
have
got
blood
it ready to
flavored ice
go.
cream sometimes.
They've got it right. There is also sort of an upmarket steakhouse
Oh,
That's like a date spot. And then there is also like a naturopathic. There is a naturopathic doctor's office that that combines the absolute best of what they describe as modern medicine and traditional methods of healing. This is an actual place. This is where I got my shot.
I see.
What kind of shot?
Interesting. Interesting neighbors.
That's where I got a shot.
No, exactly. So that's
He's
that's
been getting 5G reception ever since.
Oh my god!
through my molars.
Ever
Nice.
since.
But basically, that's the substrate of this building, and then Bertram House is just above.
So you're located on the topmost floor.
Absolutely, just sort of old Ballard. It's up a flight of stairs. We have our own key that goes into that.
Probably
other
one of
area.
those thick, rough flagstone foundations. Bottom of the
It's
street.
very sturdy. There's the
Bones
occasional
of the earth type thing.
the occasional sturdy creature is made manifest at the corner to gaze down.
Do you mean like a gargoyle?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, basically, but perhaps with like a northwest flare.
Yeah,
like
yeah. So these
Sasquatch.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Cryptids.
So, it is at this point, Tom, that
Yeah.
your phone that you still have
Yes.
buzzes.
Uh-oh.
It's a text from Evangeline. Find the ghoul yet? ? Heart.
Heart.
Hurt.
I showed to you
I was
guys.
gonna say, no, we're all around this, right?
Yeah.
I just immediately. What is this?
Heart?
Oh, the heart. And is that?
The heart can only mean that your campaign has struck gold, sir.
That's what I thought. But
What else could it represent?
do I send a heart back?
No.
No,
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 sir.
you can't do
Two
that.
hearts.
No.
No.
Thomas,
I have to go more.
No.
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 You first of all, don't respond. Don't even start typing because
What?
you might
I'm
have
already-
the
That's
kind of
rude.
phone. No, not
What
yet.
What
No,
happened
no.
to chivalry?
Your chivalry died
I love you
long
eventually.
Oh my god.
He's
No.
over there typing. No.
No,
No,
that's
I'm
gonna
deleting.
show up
I'm
the little
deleting
dots
that.
here.
I'm deleting
Yeah,
that.
delete it. Although now she may
You're
have
the
already
most beautiful
seen
thing
the little
I've ever
thing that's
seen
telling her that you're typing.
in my
but-
entire life. Oh no, I
Don't
know
know
that.
nothing yet.
No,
Nothing
no,
yet.
no,
Give me
no.
this phone. Give it. I take it.
Now, Enrico, my understanding is that a period of 3 days after a text is considered.
Yeah, you gotta let it ring twice, bro.
No.
This is simply what I've heard.
Leaving a woman waiting like this is decidedly unattractive.
But responding right away with hearts?
Not with hearts.
No.
So certainly there must
You
be some
have to
middle
let
ground.
her know
The
that
cat
you're
emoji.
interested,
Yes.
but that you're not desperate.
Oh, very mysterious.
I would offer also, you have to hopefully understand the manner of woman that she is so you can recognize what it is that
Oh
is
yes,
to
and please
her
enlighten me on how much you know about women.
I know a lot about women.
She is.
Yeah, let's
I
hear
know a
it.
lot
Let's
about
hear your
classy
master
lady.
class.
Well,
pickup
here, my
artist.
master class is that it depends on the woman. It depends on the woman.
There is something that all women crave. I have discovered this upon my long research. The animated GIF. My understanding, women are driven mad by them. Like simply mad, batty.
Like something from a movie?
I was not
Ultimately,
aware
yes.
I was in the company of so many Casanovas.
Perhaps a
I've had
minion.
I've dabbled in Casanova-ing.
Perhaps a minion, the one with the goggles.
How much time do you think has passed? At least a minute, 2 minutes? I
Probably
can give
2
the phone
minutes.
back, right?
Yeah, I think
Here you
so.
Okay.
Tom, it's
Yes.
very important that if you are to court Evangeline, you do so while still being yourself and not Rico.
But also,
You
Well,
want
it
her
worked
to
for me
like
in the
you
past.
for you.
I think that
I don't like me for me.
I think
But
that
you
it may
should.
be working. I would again draw our attention back to the heart, that ancient sigil.
it's too soon.
So I'm typing, not yet.
Got any leads?
Got any
Yes.
leads?
Yes.
I'd love
Okay.
to touch base with you
Mhm.
sometime.
Yes, touch her
We
base.
Compare notes.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
touch her
We
base.
should
No.
compare notes. Cat face emoji.
Cat face emoji.
Yes.
Oh,
Just to let her know I like animals.
Yeah,
That works.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I approve.
Yeah.
It's something about the soul.
It's
Right.
quirky.
Yeah.
Different.
And this is
And
the text
very
you
much-
send.
Yes.
And you send
Yeah.
it.
Send.
It's too late. The text is sent.
Oh no, that's good. I'm okay with this. A couple minutes passed, and there's no heart emojis. The cat emoji is a nice touch. It's very you.
She was an animal lover.
But are you watching your phone? I want to.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see the little dots popping up? Is she typing back yet?
You're watching the phone?
I'm
We are-
staring at it intently. I think all of us are around the phone.
I'm gonna go
Yes.
and I'm gonna get behind this couch that this man has destroyed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to gaze deeply into the screen.
that Chesterfield, that vintage Chesterfield, it's going to need some
No,
repair.
it
The
was
spring has come through the upholstery.
Oh, I'm getting
gouging
my
a hole
Christmas
through it.
goose early.
I'm not gazing at the phone. I'm just completely ignoring
Weeping.
all of Jamison's privacy. So you see, I've like opened a closet. Is this an original Kirby?
oh,
Mine
I
doesn't
guarantee
work
you,
anymore. Can I have? You see, I have like this old vacuum from the '60s. Kirby's are my favorite vacuums, by the way.
Oh, no,
And
no,
I
no.
pulled out.
I-
And this is the real steel one.
Beatrice,
I-
Beatrice, you may vacuum to your heart's content.
Oh, well, I have a man for that, but I do want to know where you've got this. I love it. I just, And what's in this closet?
Evangeline texts back.
How many seconds have passed? Because I've been
It's
counting.
been about a minute, 20 seconds.
Taking note.
The text message that she sends you is, let's meet and talk. You need to get moving. And then you can see that she's typing in.
Yeah.
Those little dots appear that indicate
come.
that she's messaging you.
I'm watching.
Okay.
So am I.
The text message. Oh, you're looking over the shoulder?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, we're right there.
If you're free,
I hide it a little bit.
try to conceal the phone.
I just turn it a little bit.
How can I wingman if you're gonna hide it from me?
Yeah,
I open it back up.
I extend my neck like a goose.
If you're free, let's meet tonight. 1 hour. Where are you?
Jamison's bat cave.
No, no, no.
She immediately texts back 5 question marks.
She wants to come here.
I don't know
Oh.
that bar. What neighborhood are you in?
Oh, she wants to come here.
Yeah.
Can I?
Uh,
Is that okay if she comes here? I mean, it's not my
absolutely.
house.
No, we can
Or
absolutely.
we can find a neutral,
Neutral place.
Because we know that it's not that I don't trust Evangeline, Tom, but she was being tailed by that dog lady.
There
We
is
could meet her somewhere nearby.
there is wisdom here.
I can drive us to it. You know the neighborhood, Mr.
Deeply,
Keene.
profoundly walkable.
Someplace nice. She's a classy lady.
Absolutely.
So,
What-
like-
we're gonna go to
The docks.
late at night.
Why
Uh,
not?
No. I mean, I don't. Because see, obviously, we can't ply her with our novel
Why
ice
don't you
creams.
meet me in 1 hour at?
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to. I'm sure that I have an arrangement with the steakhouse. I'm sure I've
So you
had to
wanna
have
meet in your
meetings.
territory,
Yeah.
or what you consider to be your
Well, exactly.
territory.
But she need not know that I live very close to there, but certainly it was available to both
Okay.
of us, a public place.
Yeah. Let's meet at
DiMartino's.
DiMartino's on whatever street. And I send her the address at whatever time that's going to be.
She texts back very quickly. Oh, Ballard. Nice choice. Smiley face.
Yes, it is nice.
Smiley
I agree.
face. I love it here. Heart. Kind of slipped it in there.
Yep.
This is acceptable.
Yeah.
Acceptable in this.
It is.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Okay.
No emojis.
You see me type the kiss emoji.
No.
I delete it.
Good.
I mark her text as read.
So in 1 hour,
Indeed.
on this very block, who is at this rendezvous? Is everyone joining in the
We should all go.
festivities?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also an opportunity for me to sort of show off the neighborhood and also show off my pull with the local establishments. That's very important too.
It is.
To be a good host and also to be a good host to Ballard, I think is important to Jamison.
This is a great point to mention that Vampire the Masquerade has a wonderful sub-rule system for domains and havens and coteries. And I think we'll get into that this season. Lots of dots to play with and choices to make.
We can elevate it.
The neighborhood, the domain that you've claimed as your own, and which indeed you may need to defend one night. Who knows, against those who might contest your claim. Vampires being territorial creatures. What is the guise that you adopt? How does the neighborhood know Jamison Keen? What do they see? Is there a familiar mean that you choose when
Absolutely.
you're going about?
I mean, and it's a trivial matter.
For you it is.
With Mask of a Thousand Faces, it's a trivial matter for me to make those modifications to myself that essentially in the manner of rolling prices back. I'm just rolling myself back to my Vegas heist heyday. Rat Pack era. It's a when I don that mask, it's that the smiles come easy. And one of the things that's nice about Ballard and Seattle broadly for Jamison is that it's a many millionaires are minted here from the strangest industries. It's possible to move about in that sort of space, and people just assume that that you're mean and wealth are the result of an IPO or right. It's very easy to move around and to execute and manifest wealth
Without a lot of questions.
in an anonymous way.
It's like hiding in plain sight in a way.
Yeah.
It is an aggressively casual city,
Yes.
right? You could be a billionaire and no one would ever know.
Tom fits in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
You could be a billionaire here. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
It works, but I'm not going to wear the jacket tonight.
I do.
See.
I'm out of my workwear, and I'm like in my like bright not saffron, turmeric yellow button down.
Ooh.
Bright.
Yeah,
You
with
probably
my
wouldn't
tie
have anything in my
That's
size.
quite a lot of color for Betty.
and my jacket. Yeah,
And the jacket.
You know, but you know
wearing
what though?
full suit.
So
What about the sword cane?
Oh, always on hand. Yeah.
now this is
It's
the thing.
technically, I think, an umbrella.
It's an umbrella.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a sword
Here.
brolly.
Mhm.
Now Tom thinks that Jamison Keen does not have anything in his size, and that is where he is mistaken.
I'm not dressed to go to a steakhouse.
I have been waiting for the glow up opportunity, and I have made certain strategic purchases over the last couple years.
Just waiting for this moment.
Because I knew that eventually you would come to me and you would need access to my unique skill set.
Do you have like a jacket or something I could wear tonight? Just a jacket. Just something.
Just a jacket,
Just a
something
jacket I could
something
throw on
something
over
minor, something to
my tank top.
toss over.
Are you wearing your standard uniform?
Tank top and cargo shorts and Crocs.
No.
Gotta dress it up a little different tonight.
I like it.
Oh, I like it too.
I fixed the tank top a little bit.
Yes, but
Straight it
does
up.
I think one of my
Evangeline
nipples
like
was
it?
showing.
Yeah.
And then I
You
just
conceal
pulled
that.
over.
The armoire is opened. There are
What's inside?
choices are what is inside, Mr. Carl. Options.
Is this a vintage Sonics jacket?
Potentially.
It sounds like you have raided the vintage and retro shops at Ballard, of which there are plenty.
What?
A red light?
No, absolutely. Yeah, over at the U,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so
Maybe a Buffalo Exchange.
Oh.
yeah, exactly. Well, and obviously at Finney Ridge there's a couple of nice options as well.
True.
And
True.
so what I would do is obviously I would never try to make Tom like me, but what I would try to do is execute something like I've seen perhaps at the 5 spot at midnight when a musician or perhaps an authentic music star materializes with their entourage at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
They're not dressed like me, but they are dressed in a way that communicates a crispness, a freshness, real value.
I think we'll need some dice rolls here.
Ooh.
The first dice roll we'll need is your rouse check for having used Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Indeed.
Do you get hungrier? So one single red die is all we need to establish
It's
whether or
so
not your
scary.
beast. I know, it's always a little nerve
This is what I
wracking.
like about it, though.
You're at one hunger.
Yeah.
What happens?
I get a success.
Success. You do not grow hungrier. Your Mask of 1,000 Faces
Yes.
changes your appearance without provoking your bestial side.
No, and I'm right here, like in the 3 mirrors. It's the old face. It's the old me. It is all being executed to the nines.
Have they ever seen this side of
I
you
have
before?
never
Is this
needed to
new?
use it.
Oh.
This is very fascinating.
No, I'm humming old songs.
What do you
Yeah.
look like? Are you handsome? Are you plain? Are you craggy? Are
Yeah,
you
his look is sculpted from a rock, strong, like everything. It's basically like what he has become. It is sort of like maybe psychologically like he's inverted it. Maybe he's turned it up a little bit from then, where it's like jaw now low,
Mm.
hanging down, must be physically adjusted. This is sharp. The chin comes down. It's craggy. It's rocky. There's the dimple here. The smile's here. He's that ugly handsome that men are allowed to be.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think like,
It's a shocking distinction.
and you're like in a 3-sided mirror.
Yeah.
I think this is probably like the first time, like you see Betty like kind of annoyed with you. It's just like, are you done?
Beatrice.
And as she comes up behind you in the mirror, you probably realize she can't see her reflection.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
It's true. Anyone who is looking at the mirror when Betty approaches sees not Betty. They see a distortion, a blurry, strange, shifting, clouded apparition that might be more at home in a horror film about ghosts and spirits and wraiths.
That probably startles Tom.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but I'm trying to like startle Jamison.
Yeah, and I'm just making my adjustments, and then I can just see like over my shoulder.
Yeah, a hand
this
comes over and
shifting-
tightens your tie.
Yeah.
I think you look
I say,
great.
I say, now, Beatrice, how do you manage to look so well without the access to a mirror? This is the question I think that's on all of our minds.
Let's get going. Can we get going? And I let go of the tie. I pushed down the shredder fangs and like stopped tightening the tie.
But I love what she suggested about like some traditional, like immaculate old Sonics jackets and like, but like go the sportswear,
Mm.
but the sportswear is like perfectly curated.
I see. So
Like, that's a jacket you're gonna get a compliment on.
this is, I think this is a situation in which we're going to call for a subterfuge role. It isn't strictly fashion sense. You're trying to disguise something in need of disguising
Yes.
and trying to convey a message that is not normally projected from Tom. So let's do this. Let's go with wits and subterfuge, which for Jamison is, I think, 6 dice.
6 dice.
You're not bluffing, so you don't get the specialty.
Right.
So 6 dice, one of which is hunger.
Indeed.
Yes.
I've got it right here. I use hunger dice. I just leave them over here to mark it.
This is not simple.
No.
I think it's probably a difficulty of 3.
Which one am I rolling?
You're not. Jameson's dressing you.
I'm
I
rolling
see,
it
okay.
on you.
If
Got
you
it.
were choosing your own clothing, that would be
Right.
an entirely different situation.
He's dressing me.
Yeah.
I'm actually scared.
Then you're playing the game right.
Oh, jeez.
I see some onks.
Yeah.
I have 1 critical success and 3 regular successes.
Okay, so a total of 4 successes.
absolutely.
That's excellent. So that exceeds the minimum handily. It's a great effect, actually. It looks almost natural on you.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. This is it. And he's right there in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right? He's got the simple chain.
You see a
Action Bronson.
Yes, exactly.
You see a
That's what I'm
Tom.
thinking.
You see a Tom you didn't know existed. This is a vampire that you might actually, appreciate meeting.
Does that get rid of my last will?
Oh,
Do I see
interesting.
myself and I'm like,
Ooh.
oh, shit.
This is better.
Interesting. I love this idea. The rules are vague on this point. We usually talk about ambitions and touchstones, but this is such a boost to your ego,
Yeah.
seeing yourself in a brand new light like this. I'm going to house rule it. And here's what I'm going to do. You are down 1 aggravated willpower.
Currently,
You've got
yeah.
4 left.
Mm-hmm.
Make a dice pool of all your unspent willpower, which is 4 black dice. Let's get at least 1 success on this roll.
Got 1.
2.
You got 2 successes. It's as though a weight is lifted from your shoulders and little pieces of your heart, which were
Just
destroyed,
one little tear. I wipe it away.
begin to reassemble
Blood
inside
tear.
you.
Oh.
Little blood tear.
This
Yeah.
is great.
Little blood tear.
It's just basically he can envision himself achieving these goals
Yeah.
as this person. Maybe this person
Maybe
can do
this
it.
person
Maybe this person
can
can do
be
it.
the tattoo artist that the Tom previous could not.
Yeah.
So I'm going to count this as a step closer to your ambition.
I love it. Thank you.
What an innovative and interesting way to apply the rule.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
I
super
love
cool.
it. I think Betty softens, leaning against the mirror. She's like, "You look very wonderful, Tom."
He smiles. Thank you.
While they've been dressing up,
Yes.
I've been paying attention to the items that have been chosen.
Mm.
How alike or not alike are the two of you dressed?
Oh, weird. This is a polar.
You sound quite dissimilar.
This is a polar opposite. It's like streetwear, but it's like vintage streetwear.
Mhm.
With all these, and specifically Seattle touchstones.
Mm.
Okay.
And you're like black tux
Oh,
tails.
yeah. I mean, I'm ready. I mean, tonight, just because I'm just gonna wear the shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then what I choose is
A little accent.
I'm gonna match you. I'm gonna pick a jacket
Really?
that's similar to what Tom is wearing.
Something vintage and sporty.
Something vintage and sporty. I'm
What
gonna
could
keep
be
my
there?
T-shirt underneath, so my leather jacket is gonna be left behind.
Yeah. Easy.
And oh yes, and that's the only thing that I add is just that extra layer that is in line with the theme.
Resonant,
Mhm.
right?
I'm touching this one too. That's real leather.
It is real leather.
It's
Yeah.
an ally, right?
I think it's
Yes.
I think it's probably a vintage bomber jacket from the Warrior.
Ooh.
The real deal.
Is it like a University of Washington Letterman?
With the little patches. Yeah.
Nice.
Like a vintage one?
Yeah.
No, Betty loves this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is-
they
yeah,
called
I
them
think it's good.
I think they called them a varsity bomber.
I used to love going there in that time period.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was fun.
It brings it back.
There's
Yeah.
even a vintage little
Take
little,
back the night rallies.
Ah.
little vintage football pin
Oh shit.
attached to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're gonna think I'm a sporty guy. Huh. This is a good look.
Yeah,
Is this
no,
gonna
yeah.
match the place?
It's gonna work.
Yeah, and you like it?
I
Yeah.
love it.
All right.
Yeah. As the evening goes on, the nouveau riche burble up from cracks in the street. You'll look marvelous there.
I am ready to go whenever
Ready to go?
you are.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift the scene to the steakhouse then. And in keeping with the neighborhood where the motto is where history meets hip, this place is a little bit more upscale than you might expect. You've
Yeah.
chosen well.
Exactly.
It's unassuming from the outside, but it is clear that they take themselves quite seriously, and people are dressed better than the aggressively casual sartorial touchstone that is Seattle normally.
Yeah.
So you know your neighborhood.
Yeah, such places obviously are thick on the ground here as well. But there are places where one can, be strategic.
Had you entered this place, Tom, dressed in your normal attire, you wouldn't have been thrown out, but it would have been a much more socially uncomfortable situation for
But
you.
I feel comfortable now.
You probably feel great.
Probably feel better than I. Yeah,
You're
ever have.
gliding in.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be seen with this?
I hear
handsome
like rap
vampire?
music playing in my head as I walk in.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, as soon as we start to be around people, I'm activating awe and I'm staying right beside Tom. And as soon as people start to look at us, I put my arm on his shoulder.
In a comradeship,
Chummy way.
chummy,
In a very
Mhm.
chummy way.
Your buddy, your pal.
Yeah.
So that whatever attention I'm getting
You want to
is
try
spreading
to
to him.
Yeah.
I
The shine.
see.
Wow.
The effect is instantaneous. You can almost see the light switch turning on. Awe, heads turn, necks swivel. People in line waiting for their table turn around to look at you. They don't even make any secret of it. You are magnetic.
I'll just whisper into Tom's ear. Huh, looks like people are noticing us in a good way.
It's the jacket, man.
It's the jacket, man.
It's the jacket.
It's how you wear the jacket, my friend.
It's the guys in the jackets.
That's
Mr.
right.
Keene, so nice to see you again. Your table is waiting for you. Lovely to have you with us again. Thank you so much. These are your friends?
Absolutely. No, is Marjorie going to be taking care of us tonight?
If that's your wish.
It is absolutely my wish.
By
You
all
know,
means.
me and Marjorie.
Marjorie and I.
So, right this way.
That's great. Does he say it?
Yeah, you can't help it. It's a tick.
Oh,
Just can't resist.
I love it, though. I love it.
Just can't resist.
Who is
You are taken to a
Marjorie?
private dining room where there is but one table, a large 8-top.
Absolutely.
Your usual, sir?
Oh, please. And then just off to the side, the seafood tower.
I'll get the chef started right on that. So you're seated comfortably.
Mm.
Here you are inside a private dining area in Ballard.
waiting
Four
for
vampires who can't actually eat anything on this menu.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Or drink anything from the bar. The dirty martini that arrives for you, of course, will go untouched.
Oh no,
Unless you're going to dare the blush of life and try to choke it down.
Well, I'll see how this meeting goes, and then maybe I'll treat myself.
See, you don't have long to wait. Evangeline is prompt, and she isn't alone. She too
Really?
has brought a friend.
Okay, good. I'm glad we got the whole room then.
She's immaculate in white as usual.
Always is.
Always. She's wearing a white, very modern, very stylishly cut pantsuit with a white leather jacket that shows off her long black hair to great advantage. Very simple, understated jewelry and makeup. The individual with her you've never seen before.
Oh.
Not dressed nearly as well as any of you. You don't know if this individual is mortal or kindred or not at this point. We'll probably find out.
Dude, if it's Mr. Wendell, this is going to be amazing. We just like
Quickest game ever.
just hacks.
No.
How does this individual respond to me upon entering with awe?
So the individual is a middle-aged woman, or what appears to be a middle-aged woman. She has copper red hair and a lot of freckles on her face. She's wearing very casual street clothing, jeans, running shoes, a thick sweater to keep out the Seattle chill.
She fit
No.
right in Ballard.
None of it seems terribly, consciously put together. It's what anybody might wear out on the street at night. Evangeline breezes in as though she owns the place, sits right next to Tom, and motions for her companion to sit next to her. Tom, I'm so glad to see you again. You look fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, Jamison had a couple things in his closet.
Oh, really? Wow.
Just, I wink.
Mr. Keene, your sartorial taste does you considerable credit.
His clutch is
jacket is-
sartorialist.
She reaches out a hand to touch the satin of the vintage sports jacket. Oh, it's just gorgeous. and very becoming. I approve.
Well, then I approve.
Betty, lovely to see you again. May I call you Betty?
Yes, of course.
You look, what can one say, except
Thank you.
perfection.
I appreciate it.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
I
as
see
well.
you've been raiding Jamison's closets as well. I'm beginning to see what's going on here.
It was fun.
Yes. You always look really nice too.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Tom.
Yes.
I try. Oh, allow me to introduce Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry hasn't said anything yet. She's sitting in her chair looking decidedly uncomfortable, hands in her lap clasped together, looking from face to face as though trying to discern whether or not she has walked into a trap, perhaps, or some other inopportune situation.
Well, social
Meet
scenarios
Nice to meet you.
of this kind are my bread and butter. I know exactly what to do. And I say, Jerry, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Jamison Keene.
Heard
Now,
about you.
I'm overjoyed. Hopefully all benevolent information.
I mean, Evangeline says you're okay.
Fair enough. An okay from Evangeline is a 5-star review.
She says you're really smart.
Well, it's been said by Evangeline, apparently. Now,
Yeah.
we have to
Is this
come...
really, Tom? Is this...
Yeah, yes, indeed. This is the...
Evangeline looks affronted, and she gives Jerry a dagger look.
I was gonna say, Betty
Ooh.
picks up immediately that her characterization of Tom
Ooh.
Yes.
to Jerry
Yeah.
Does Tom
conveyed
pick up on
something
it?
that's not this.
That's a good question. Wits and awareness.
He's so shocked, right? He's in such a shocking...
So
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll make
Wits
a dice
over here.
pool of your
3
wits,
dice,
which is 3,
Indeed,
and
and
then
awareness.
Right here.
it should be is it a 1 or a
It's
2
2
for you?
dice.
2.
And one of them has to be. Oh,
One
that's
of
kind of
these
black.
are
They all have to be. black.
reverse that handful,
I'm
and
gonna
I
make
think we're in
5
business.
dice, one of which is hunger.
Is hungry.
Mhm.
Now put him in there. We want to see
Do I
symbols.
detect
I want to
this
see onks.
social situation?
Oh!
I think that he
3
might have picked up on it.
successes.
3 successes.
There's body language there. It's clear that Evangeline has been offended by what Jerry has just said.
I'm always offended by that.
And the implication is that Evangeline has described you in far more favorable terms to Jerry than Jerry was expecting.
Right.
So Jerry, do we pick up on Jerry's sort of like disappointment or disdain about what?
It wasn't disdainful. It's just he seems surprised that that Tom is, as he appears
Put
to
together.
be, based on
the
what
impression that was
Yeah.
given.
Evangeline has told him.
Indeed.
I get it, and I
Interesting.
just say to her, "I clean up nice."
Yeah, I feel underdressed. Evangeline didn't tell me where we were coming, so I didn't have much time. Sorry.
What I'm curious about is whether Jerry's response to Tom was, "Oh, the person in front of me is less than what I thought you would be based on Evangeline's description," or because he's been gussied up, more than what Evangeline.
Oh, I see. A
Impressed upon
subtle
her.
distinction, but possibly an important one.
Mhm.
So you want to drill down into that kind of body language, I need the roll. I need the
yes.
wits and awareness roll.
Yeah.
Give
You got to
me-
pick up on it.
Yeah.
And-
Wits,
and
wits,
this
wits.
This one is harder than the roll that
It's all over on the right
Tom
side.
Oh, there it is. Wits and oh yeah.
You got this.
1, 2, and one of them is
one of them is
It's
hunger
hungry.
for you. So I think it's 4 dice
Yeah.
and 1's hunger.
wits and
So
awareness.
your odds, you got to make a better roll.
Yeah, I don't know
Your
about
odds
this
are
one.
not great.
I really want.
Get that willpower handy.
Yep.
So close.
2.
So
I'll do a willpower.
here's you can spend a willpower point. So you've got a superficial damage to 1 willpower box.
Yep.
Just a regular slash through the corner.
Uh-huh.
And you can re-roll that black hunger die.
Just this black.
Just that one.
Got it.
Can't ever re-roll.
The black.
Sorry, the black
hunger
die.
Yeah,
The black
You can't ever re-roll a hunger die.
No, they won't let you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, it's a critical,
Yeah, they need
but
to be
you know.
in pairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know it.
That's
Yeah,
still
we
three.
Only critical and pairs. So,
Yeah.
so,
So 3.
you've made the threshold.
Phew.
It's not quite enough successes to read the complete subtext. You would have had to beat the number of successes that Tom got, which was also 3.
Copy
But
that.
it's enough for you to make an informed opinion. And you think that Evangeline described Tom in such a way that Jerry was expecting something magnificent.
No shit.
That's not
It was the opposite.
That's
See,
not the way Tom interprets
Betty's-
it.
No, that's
Yeah.
why. I was
Betty's
asking her.
judgy, and so
You guys-
Tom
I,
has low
much
self-esteem.
much like Jasmine, Betty's already made the opposite assumption.
Which would make sense.
No, but I'm saying that what is up with Evangeline? What is this fucking
Why is it
connection?
inconceivable that she would think very highly
Yeah.
of Tom?
Well, no, I'm saying that I thought we were doing all this stuff to elevate Tom, but she already thinks Tom is the best.
That's why I said he should be himself to her. But now Betty's a negative Nancy. So she's just like,
Dark energy.
literally
Wow,
dark.
now he's rolling.
Abyssal energy.
Yes, he is rolling, but he's not happy with his roll.
But he can do whatever he wants.
When the waiter, excuse me, it's Marjorie tonight, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. When the server Marjorie arrives, she makes a show of being very, very happy to see you. So please, she understands that you want the seafood tower. It's on
Absolutely.
its way. You've got your martini. If you like, she'll take your drink orders. If anybody wants to order anything,
Marjorie, darling, do you mind if I smoke in here?
as long as Mr. Keene doesn't mind, I'll just shut the door.
Whoa, shit.
Thank you so much, Marjorie.
That impresses the hell out of Tom.
Yeah, it's like those,
Lovely.
that's like hard laws.
Like he would have laughed out loud at that. Like,
Pluck.
yeah.
Marjorie takes your drink orders and shuts the door of the private dining room behind.
I strike up immediately.
Yeah.
With a really long.
A long way. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
She has to open the door to fit it inside the room.
Amazing.
I love Ballard.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
It's really
Beautiful.
nice, isn't it?
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah.
So,
You said you knew something about the white?
the white.
The ghoul, sorry, the ghoul.
The ghoul.
Mr.
White
Wendell.
White. Where did you hear that word?
I used to play D&D.
Interesting. A white is a real thing.
I
But-
thought that was all made up shit.
Well, she glances reflectively at the door to make sure it truly is closed before she continues.
I give her a comforting nod.
Thank you very much, Mr. Keene. White is a kindred that has lost all control, lost touch with their humanity, you might say, degenerated into nothing but hunger. They're very, very dangerous. They can't reason anymore. They have no self-control. I'm afraid they have to be put down.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Believe me, if you ever meet one, you'll know it. There'll be no mistaking it.
And that's different from a ghoul, which is what we're after.
That's correct. Very good.
I can be taught.
I have no doubt.
A ghoul is something like a blood employee.
Okay.
That's an interesting way of putting it. I concur. But she motions at Jerry. Yeah, Wendell belongs to me. I'm the one who was. Wendell.
I see, and you have misplaced him.
I hope so. We'll see. I
Is
hope
Jerry
he's
here one of
okay.
your other ghouls?
No, Jerry's one of us. Only one of us can make a ghoul.
You could make a ghoul at some point.
You could,
I might have made a
but
ghoul accidentally.
It's possible, but I would recommend thinking very carefully before you bring someone into that existence.
Yeah, let's maybe stay away from
I'm
those
not ready to
types
be a
of
dad.
power
No,
structures
No,
right
exactly.
now.
It's a big response.
It is.
A
Do
ghoul
you-
is a big responsibility,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Do you remember one of our number, their father was a ghoul?
Yes, I do remember that.
So you know
Oh,
that there are some.
Your dear
Yeah.
little friend Amanda.
There's
Yeah.
some sophistication, perhaps.
There's layers to it, Tom. I don't think you're ready.
She left.
I'm not jumping in
coma.
that pool.
That's wise. Yeah. If you decide to do it, and many of us do for a number of reasons, some good, some bad.
Somebody to take care of you in
Careful.
your old age.
I hadn't thought about it like that, but
Lighthouse work.
anyway.
Like housework, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Wendell belongs to me, and I don't know where he is.
Did you retrace your steps? Where was the last place you had your ghoul?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I sent him on a little errand, and haven't seen him since. And where I sent him, not exactly fashionable. I sent him into the jungle.
Redmond.
Jungle.
Oh, no, Tom. The jungle is what the local kindred call the dark places underneath highway overpasses.
Oh.
Very dangerous
Jungle.
places.
Now, now, Jerry, before we continue, we have to obviously discuss a very important matter. Jerry with an eye?
Jerry with an eye and a little heart.
And with a G or a J?
Oh, with a G. Thanks for asking. No one ever asked.
See, these are all key. These are all vital.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that it may be impolitic to ask, but it will help us a lot if we understand the nature of this jungle mission.
Look, I mean, Evangeline said you could help, and I really, word's gotten around enough that Wendell's missing, and I don't really want anybody to know where I sent him and why. So part of this deal has to be confidentiality. But she said you could help.
We can.
If we know where you sent him and why.
Yeah, that's a key portion.
Well, the
Yes.
why can be divorced from the where, Jerry, if that makes you feel more comfortable.
I mean, you're gonna figure it out eventually. I probably.
Yes, I will. I would figure it out and then probably pretend that I didn't to save you embarrassment. You already seem rather uncomfortable, but you don't have to admit it right now if you don't want to.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So
Intriguing.
about I don't know what's it been, Evangeline, 5 nights, I guess. I sent Wendell on a little errand into the jungle. Actually, you're not that far from it in your neighborhood here. And he didn't come back. And you know, I don't use a phone where anybody can see it, but you know, the trick is not to get seen. So I did try to text him, and then I tried to call him, and he never answered. I don't know if he didn't even read the messages. So I think something pretty awful must have happened to him.
He's gone to this jungle before and come back safely?
Yeah, quite a few times actually. I sent him to see somebody named Kilmead. Yeah, Kilmead's a thin blood.
Huh.
It's certainly an inauspicious name.
Now, could this ghoul have run away?
I doubt it. I mean, oh, you don't know any of this stuff, do you?
I just got here, so to speak.
Okay, cool.
Pretty new to the whole kindred thing.
No, don't worry about it. She looks at Evangeline, and Evangeline picks up the narrative from this point. Yes, it's possible that the ghoul ran away, but it would have taken an act of extraordinary willpower to accomplish. It's not impossible, but it's very, very unlikely. To create a ghoul, we have to give some of our vitae, our blood, to a mortal, and it creates an artificial bond, a deep, deep attraction. Some would call it love. And it is not in the ghoul's interest anymore to sever that relationship. But it's not impossible. I've heard of it happening, but I'm not that much older than most of you. So I don't know. I'm fairly certain I'm nowhere near as old as Beatrice and Mr. Keene here.
Yes.
That's a good bet.
I think like taking that point, I'd like look at you, Tom, and just say, and the part that Evangeline leaves out is that kindred can be blood bonded too.
Oh.
So if you were to drink someone's vitae,
I would be.
you would have a hard time
Separating yourself from them.
disobeying them. Just something to know.
I'll file that away for later.
It's true. It's not foolproof, but the more you drink, the stronger the bond.
It's got to be considered kind of rude, though, right?
It depends on who you ask and what kind of fun you're having with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So,
Do you make that
Hold
sound?
Do you object, Mr. Keene, to my characterization?
no, I think that it is true and proper. I simply,
Beatrice has opinions.
well, She
I have
is,
opinions on most.
she is Beatrice, to be sure. Such a bond has a distasteful quality to me. I bridle under it, madam. Even the idea.
What do you think?
About the blood bond or about a ghoul?
Well, blood bond's the topic under conversation, so what do you think?
I think that if you're to participate in any of those things, then you need to make sure that you're choosing well.
Do I take it that none of you have ever been bloodbound? Beatrice, this is subject of much amusement to you.
Yes, it is.
I'm dying to know.
I mean, a lady never tells.
I think that you have managed to say a lot.
Oh, it's like a sex thing.
What? It could be.
Oh.
I mean, think about it, Tom.
Oh.
In
An
amongst
exchange
creatures,
of fluids.
I get it.
Jerry
amongst
Snickers.
creatures
I get it.
that don't trust each other at all,
Curry.
there is a bit of an intimate component to being bound to each other.
Makes sense.
I mean, I don't know if you know this, Tom, but kindred even have ceremonies in which they can tie the knot. There's people that live like this for years and
Really?
capable of falling in love and being bound to each other and being married, just like mortals can.
Have you ever been married?
Well, why don't you tell us more about this
Swindle care.
Wendell?
Wendell.
Because that's far more important than me.
Yes, it is really the matter at hand. But
What do they look like? And why are you rolling dice?
I don't want you to roll any more dice.
Why are you rolling dice?
Evangeline gives you a look, and the look says, I understand. I won't pry. And she makes it very clear that that's what she's saying with her eyes.
Oh,
She's
good.
being
Oh, she
cool.
doesn't say this out loud.
Doesn't
No,
say it out
she's
loud.
being cool.
She is being cool about this.
she's letting you know that she knows.
She knows something that you don't want to talk about.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Look, I don't know much about the Thin Bloods. They haven't been something that's crossed my path that often, and I would prefer not.
I know that
Two.
they're weird, aren't they?
They're.
Didn't they get botched?
It depends on who you ask. Look,
They can do weird
again, I
things
look
with
at the
their
door to
blood.
make sure it's still closed, that Marjorie didn't, leave it open. There seems to be a strange thing that happens with our blood. Each of us is created by another, sired. Someone made you, me, all of us. And some kindred can trace their lineages back, many sires.
Proud lineages.
If you,
Good lineages.
If you say so, Beatrice.
Unlike thin bloods.
Some
Thin
lineages
Bloods,
are better than
well,
others,
some-
that's for sure.
Someone created Thin Bloods too. Kindred made them, but something happened. Maybe too many generations of lineage had passed, but something goes wrong with the blood or the process or something, and it creates, I guess you could call it a very weak vampire. They're almost mortal. They're really persona non grata collectively, the Camarilla.
Do they
There's
drink blood?
Some of them do, I guess. Like I said, I don't know much about them. They're not allowed in the Camarilla, at least in Seattle. I've heard even worse about how the Camarilla treats them, but they're definitely not welcome. And so they tend to, gather in parts of the city where the Camarilla really wouldn't be caught dead,
For example,
if you pardon the expression.
Listen. Now, do I savor these creatures? No. But they're very useful. A lot of times they can even hang out in daylight. And so, in my line of business,
Oh, you've heard that too.
it's useful.
I've heard that rumor too. Is it true?
Well, in the smuggling business, you don't ask too many questions, but
Okay.
when you're trying to transport things by a port, sometimes that involves having reliable people that can move goods during the day.
I've heard that some of them can, in fact, go out in the sun.
So I would not be surprised that there are thin bloods in this jungle engaging in any
Well,
type
where
of
else?
black market
Where else can
dealings.
they? Indeed, where else
So-
can they ply their trade?
One of my convictions is that everyone deserves a fair shot.
Oh no!
So what I would think that's
right.
kind of bullshit, right? The
So
way they're treated.
that's certainly the narrative aspect of it.
Yeah.
We haven't reached a point where that conviction is in jeopardy.
Right.
If you find yourself in a situation where you have the opportunity to give someone a fair shot and you don't do it,
I don't do it. Okay.
then your humanity could be in jeopardy. Yes.
But
Your
that
morality
doesn't
could
mean
be
that you
imperiled.
don't have an opinion on this.
I
I
think
would
it probably
probably-
does mean you
yeah.
have an opinion on this.
Yeah.
Probably
okay.
a rather forceful one.
Got it.
I have a question, Jerry. What is preventing you from reclaiming your?
I'm not going in there. I'm not going to be seen with thin bloods. Forget it.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck you.
I mean, I will. So this isn't a problem.
I'm happy to go
I
in
mean,
there.
you can't. They're like Evangeline told you. There. What'd you call it? Persons non gratis. Something.
Mm,
Some kind of
You can't. You got to
Something
be
about
really.
cheese.
If you go look, if you go hunt for Wendell, and that's where the hunt takes you. Obviously, I owe you big time for looking. I owe you even more if you actually find him. But you got to know, you're caught hobnobbing with them. Could be bad for you. There are kindred
Megapolitans.
in Seattle who think that the Thin Bloods are like the omen of doom or something, that they're going to bring about the end of the world, or that they're, I don't know.
what does Lou think of them?
I mean, I wouldn't
Hmm.
know.
I thought you were a good friend.
That's a good
I
question.
mean, that's going a little far for whatever reason. So I sculpt, and Lou likes what I did. I had an exhibit, a show, an opening, and I couldn't believe it. Lou Graham came to my opening.
Oh,
At least, sort of. She sent people, which is
Okay.
almost as good as Lou Graham coming to the opening.
If Lou is a patron of the art, this
Yeah.
is. I'm
So
already
just
putting it
noted.
together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, that was special, and they bought some pieces to take back to, that place that she stays and I guess never comes out of. So, I figure she must have seen something she liked, and I know how to get in touch with her people. And if you do this, I will make sure she hears how you helped me.
okay. If perhaps you could have
mean,
your
she bought-
people.
When I say she bought some pieces, I mean she bought my show.
And what kind of work you do? Sculptures, but is it
Mhm.
realism, abstract? What do you do?
It's mostly abstract bronzes.
Okay.
We're already in the. Oh, go ahead.
My show was interpretations of Seattle historical events like the Great Fire.
Oh, I
and,
remember that.
The Denny.
Oops.
You do?
Mm. Wait, what year was the Great Fire? This is
I don't know,
Jasmine asking.
1880 something.
No. I missed it by 15 years.
You could think you remember it.
We've heard of it.
Yeah, no, yeah, she'd be like, oh, yeah,
Heard of the
yeah,
Great Fire, of course.
yeah. No. I remember, I think they were still rebuilding.
I remember
when
the
I
shitty
moved here.
fire afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one wasn't that great.
The less
honestly.
good fire.
Yeah.
It's like here now. I would say now, Jerry, because you are a G and an I, Jerry,
Yeah.
you've already garnered a lot of respect. That's a configuration that I love.
Are you making fun of me?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
When he compliments people, it sounds
It's
like an
always
insult,
sincere.
but it's not.
We will secure your goal, or do our level best to do so, and certainly we will take advantage of any introductions you might be able to make. But the Haven is looking a little sparse, and if it is indeed the fact that you know your way around a bronze sculpture,
I do.
I do wonder if there might be some memento of our swell collaboration that could reside in the Haven itself.
Want me to make you something?
I would like you to make me something.
Okay. We can make that part of the deal. Yeah, I'll make you an original.
Ooh. For the time being, also, I mean, perhaps it might take a long time to make an original. Can we have, if you have another piece that wasn't claimed by Lou, maybe we can house that for the time being until the original makes its way to us.
You want me to give you art before you do anything? Is that like a down payment?
Well, it's going to take you a while to create that, unless you're a very fast worker, which I, would not necessarily say you're incapable of.
So you want a down payment? You could have just said so.
I mean, sure.
Fine.
Down payment.
Fine. Yes. I didn't sell everything at the opening, so yeah, I got something. I've got an abstract Mount Rainier that I think might work for you. Who knows?
Yeah. Will that work?
Cool,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, good.
That would
Yes.
actually be really
I
nice.
think it's been approved. That one.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I assume we'll be back with Mr. Wendell in 3 or 4 hours. Nope.
Don't ever put it.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh.
Don't. No. Yeah.
Well,
Give them a
well,
time frame.
obviously, Jerry will be in touch.
We will.
Okay. So I'll get in touch with you through Evangeline.
She's
That's
got my
cool.
number.
And I think I'll go. I gotta go
Okay.
get my Mount Rainier sculpture out of storage.
Have
Much
it sent
appreciated.
somewhere, I guess.
It will be well housed.
I don't want to know.
Just out.
She excuses herself and leaves the
Well,
private dining room,
I think the
closing the
last-
door carefully
I
behind
think the last
her.
5 days have been a hard time for her.
Yeah.
She's not able to tug on this leash. She sort of thought she had this lined up.
She does really seem to have an attachment to Wendell, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
It is
certainly.
Is
charming,
it-
isn't it?
Is it?
But if he was sent
Yes.
to
Uh,
deal with the Thin Bloods
Mhm.
and that got back to some of the kindred in the Camarilla court, it might go less well for Jerry.
Do we have any idea what?
So you're gonna have to be careful.
Do we know what one might deal with Thin Bloods for?
I'm sure I don't know.
Oh yes, I have no clue why one would talk
And
to them.
frankly, the less I have to do with them, the better. Not
Oh,
because
yes.
I mean I have
This
no
is
opinion.
Evangeline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no opinion about the doom or the omens or whatever, but I do know that it doesn't pay to be seen with them.
So, must be something very important for her to risk.
Yes.
I mean, who knows what she sent him there for?
Who knows?
Well, and I can only imagine how delicious the very creature she sent in there must be to these Thin Bloods.
Why would that be?
Well, because he is tuned up, as you might say, with kindred vitae.
It's true. You might not find him alive.
He's imagine how delicious he would be
Hmm.
to these Thin Bloods.
It-
Yeah,
It's interesting.
committing this piece to that board is very interesting play.
I'll have Jerry send me a picture and I'll text it to you. Remember, don't show anybody your phones. Be careful with those.
I suppose back to what you were speaking to earlier, the blood bonding.
Oh, are you intrigued?
I
Changed
Let-
your mind?
let's just say
Let's talk
I
about sex again.
Baby.
absolutely have some experience in that regard.
Oh,
In case that knowledge was of any sort of importance to you.
how intriguing.
I'm happy to tell Tom all about it.
A kindred of mystery. Oh, well, please do be a dear and educate Tom.
Sure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
So I know we haven't had an opportunity to, what are the younger, hang out, but I remember your kind invitation to your haven.
Oh, of course,
I won't
anytime.
forget.
Yes.
Mhm.
Love to host the two of you. I've got a shooting range, if that, lots of great activities.
Really?
Oh yeah, Tom
I
has
mean,
been.
I've been. It's beautiful. It's a great place. Yeah, I'm free a lot, so anytime you want to go.
Oh, wonderful. Well, then let's make it a date.
Of
Maybe
course.
after you've had a chance to investigate Jerry's little problem.
We'll go take care of this real quick. Lickety split.
Well, I hope it is quick. I mean, I understand what I'm suggesting that you do could be dangerous. Jerry's,
did not understand that. That's interesting that you bring that up. Why would that be?
because being seen with the Thin Bloods
Right,
would
okay.
be frowned upon.
But not like physically dangerous.
Well,
Actually, I
down
don't
the
know.
road.
It could be. Who knows?
Oh.
I don't know. I've heard some pretty strange things about them.
Oh, right. You don't really know what you're dealing with on an individual
I don't
level.
know. I don't really know if they're like us and that they have various abilities, or if they're truly more like ghouls or mortals. I mean, ghouls can sometimes inherit the powers of those who make them, but
mhm.
in a very minute way.
Okay.
So it's an X factor, basically. We don't really know.
Well,
We'll be careful.
Yeah, we thank you for the warning. We should
We'll be
probably
careful.
make arrangements. The night is
Mhm.
you know, not young.
No.
I'll wait to hear from you.
Yeah, as soon as we get done with this little job,
Mhm.
we'll connect and we'll head over to Betty's place and have ourselves a little date.
That sounds perfect. I look forward to it so much.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it right now.
Don't
Alright.
forget that photo.
I'm going to excuse myself and I'll get right on that for you.
So the way that it operates here in the back room is that essentially there's the meals are always sort of on hold.
Mm.
Like basically they're on hold and they're on hold and they're on hold. And then when I leave, it's essentially just dinner for the people that work here. So we don't actually put any of it to
Nice.
work,
Mm.
but it's like, oh, soon. Because the idea is we're just doing menus, we're doing meetings, we're working out business. And then essentially it's just dinner for,
It's a free meal for the staff.
exactly.
That's very generous.
So nothing goes to waste.
No, absolutely not. Because
That's-
I did get the seafood.
Huh.
Crabs, oysters, shrimp.
Yeah, if they start bringing this in, you just see Betty's like nose curl. We need to
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They haven't brought anything. They didn't even bring your drinks.
Oh, okay.
Jamison.
The service here is terrible.
We,
I
I didn't see one server.
I didn't get my meal at all.
Poor review on Yelp.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
He's pretty 1 star.
Yeah, didn't see a server once. No.
D. Martino's.
Yes, exactly.
on our way out,
Yeah.
if you share that with us,
Absolutely.
I will just turn to you and say, you know what, Jamison, at some point, if you ever do
Enrique.
decide
Yes,
to acquire a ghoul,
indeed.
I'm sure you'd be very good to them.
Oh,
You're a great mentor to them.
I consider them bloodless ghouls as it is. We have a relationship that I think functions, that works for us. They don't need any of my juices to have an authentic relationship that is based on mutual collaboration and respect.
I grab a handful of
Maybe
the
I was wrong.
fancy mints.
The ones in the jar by
Yeah,
the
I
cash
actually
register on the
the
way out.
whole jar into my jacket
Oh.
pocket.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. The host looks at you askance, but decides it's not worth stopping you. Forget it.
Okay.
You're with Mr. Keene. So
Yeah, exactly. And
There's
it's just
a look.
yeah, there is a tab.
I
It
just
goes
tap
on.
the
Yeah,
pocket.
exactly. Yeah, it's just it rustles.
Yeah.
But there's a tab, and this goes on it.
He's writing down mints.
JK tab.
He's read mints. It's too many.
$2.35. No.
Yeah.
The bill will come due at the end of the month.
Yes,
I'm
I
sure.
fucking believe it.
Costco.
As good as her word, Evangeline does text you. It's a photograph.
What do I see?
You see a young man, athletic, with a very fashionable haircut.
Okay.
And by that I mean it's got sort of underbuzz here,
Like a side
long
shave.
on one side.
Mhm.
He's wearing a Seattle Mariners sweatshirt,
Okay.
and he's standing. It's one of those pictures in which the person is standing in front of their car.
Oh boy. Oh, he's one of these.
Yeah,
Wow.
standing in front of a silver Tesla.
Oh.
Okay, so we can.
One of the more expensive.
Oh. Interesting.
It's got
Yes.
the advanced.
Yeah.
Text follows. This is Wendell. Thanks for this. Heart.
Yeah, I mean, there is only one interpretation, sir.
Yeah.
She is smitten.
Do you want to respond to that, Tom?
Yeah.
What do you want to respond with?
Thanks for the pic. I mean, should I send a pic of myself back?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Are we sexting?
No, you are
No.
you're just texting.
Okay.
Just whatever, you know.
All right.
I mean,
Please don't send her a picture of any of
No.
your appendages.
No,
Okay.
I
yeah.
don't, women don't like that a lot
All right.
of the time.
I just say thanks for the
unless
pic.
they ask for it.
This will make it easy. Heart. See you when we get back, Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Second
with
time
this.
around. Second time around.
Yeah.
The
Commitment.
return text is just a smiley face,
Thumbs up.
followed by
Bore.
an address.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is the jungle.
So the address is an intersection where the highway meets a secondary road in the very north of Ballard, not far from the Crown Hill neighborhood.
Okay.
It's really
Oh.
nothing special about that part of town. It's mostly residential, but the highway does cut through it on its way north.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm familiar with the exact area.
If you know how to get us there, I show you on the Google map, and then I tuck my phone away so it can't be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my presumption is that your capacious automobile is
A
Or do you
hard
have
shell?
a massive.
Yeah. yeah. Her
I forgot
carapace.
what we decided on, but it was something like a Ford Explorer.
Was it like a
that
Oh,
had-
Land
right.
Rover or something?
I think it might have been
Yeah.
a Range Rover.
Yeah,
or
it's
Land
the
Rover.
Range.
Yeah, it was very Bellevue.
Yeah.
It takes
Very
up
east
like
side.
two.
Yeah.
It takes up 2 parking spaces. The inside is the opposite of a Tesla. It's like all been gutted so that she
Well,
can drive it.
All
It's
the
very
time.
mechanical.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah.
like no power steering.
There's
It's
no,
like
yeah, but that's no problem for her.
Right.
And as I recall, Betty has a rather extensive Go kit
Yes,
in the back.
in the back.
she's got the bug out bag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh.
leather gloves, a shillelagh, and
Bunch of other equipment,
piano
too.
wire, crowbars, things like that.
Nice.
Zip ties.
Things that could come in handy.
Ooh, I am
Emery.
very impressed.
Are you going through my shit?
I am totally not
Do the duffel
rummaging it
bag.
because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure that it's like all very neatly set up. There's like
is.
a method to this.
Surgical precision.
So there's no way I would mess that up, but I am absolutely touching it with my eyes.
Yeah. It's all Tetrised in there. It's perfectly
Yeah.
arranged.
Oh,
But yeah,
wow.
but I mean, from Ballard to this is, it's certainly at this time of night, is maybe 10, 15
Very
minutes.
quick drive.
Yeah.
Very quick drive. I believe you even keep an emergency supply of blood bags in there.
in the
Wow.
trunk.
Mhm.
They don't know about that. That's
No.
secret.
Yeah,
It's underneath the
that's
thing.
private stash.
Where you're supposed to have a spare tire.
Yeah.
I want to know: is there's still like the back seats, or how many people? How much room is there? Like how many seats?
Well,
did you
if it's a
or did you
Range
pull
Rover.
out
Yeah, it's
that
a
back
Range
seat?
Rover,
Yeah.
so it's
Huge.
it's huge. It's
Okay.
like a big car. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you didn't like pull out all the back seats to make room for all your
No,
stuff.
no.
There's
It's
no need for that.
It's
the
just that
only
big.
the only thing that's modified is like the console
Got
because
it,
she
the
has
tech
trouble
stuff.
interacting with technology. But yeah, it's just that big that it houses
like many older people.
a cooler in the back with blood bags.
Ooh, I'm curious about something.
It's like her version of the Firefly. Like
Yeah.
she's a smuggler, so it's
Yeah.
like got everything she needs in it. Lots of little nooks and crannies.
How long have you had this?
Oh, I've had it for quite some time.
I want to compare how worn the driver's seat is compared to the passenger seat and the back seat. Basically, I want to try to put together
interesting.
in my mind how often Betty has other people in this car.
You're a piece of
rolling
shit.
around.
You're a piece of shit.
I'm a curious individual. I'm a curious individual, and I am just doing some, just fulfilling my
Wow.
curiosity.
I'm gonna look.
Wow,
at your, I'm gonna look at your
bitch.
character sheet.
That's not Betty. That's just
What's that
me. That's
naughty
like
man?
wow.
My interesting.
This is a naughty man.
I am a naughty man.
This isn't casual awareness. This is deliberate prying.
Oh yes,
Ab-
yes,
absolutely.
So I think this is intelligence and
You see that?
investigation.
Yeah.
This
So
is
that's
intelligence and
rude.
being
And
weird.
4 dice for you,
4 dice.
including your
It
100.
is.
Okay, so 4
Perfect.
total, 100
Yeah.
in the pool.
He's like down investigating your seats.
3 successes.
Well, Betty, how often do you drive yourself?
Okay,
yourself.
so the passenger seats are basically brand new. The Eddie Bauer leather is pristine as the day that it was purchased. And only the driver's seat, you know how that leather gets the slightly glossy look?
Yeah.
Does.
Only
From use.
the driver's seat
Now this was I
has
didn't
that
ask
sheen.
this. I just
I know.
took
I'm
it.
just
Go pick
I
it
am
out.
angrily telling you as Jasmine.
I love it.
Yeah, only
Yes.
the driver's seat
Yes,
is worn.
yes, that's what I want.
He doesn't have friends.
Delicious.
You asshole.
Delicious.
That's like a brand new car.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
A little bit.
Dork.
It's an easy drive.
Yes.
Especially
I'm
if it's
sitting in the middle
I
with
love
like
you, but
leaning over you.
I fucking hate you. I'm driving because I believe I'm the only one with any dots in drive.
I probably don't.
I have a dot.
I got 1 dot in drive.
I don't
Okay,
drive.
okay. Yeah,
But,
so
you know,
I'm
but this
driving.
is your
yeah.
this is your
Yeah.
Is anybody in the passenger seat? Is anybody shotgun?
Well, I think I'm probably because I'm always like the dad in this group anyway.
that's
so
true.
yeah.
Those of you who are in the back, of course, notice that Betty has no reflection in this mirror either, in the driver's mirror at all.
Yeah, you just
We
see a
still see
specter.
the specter.
in the rear view mirror, you just see a
I'm not looking at
specter.
it.
I am looking at it. In fact, if ever I talk to Betty, I'm talking to that reflection of Betty. Like,
So you make a point of looking at it.
oh yeah, I find it quite lovely
It's
actually.
fascinating.
I'm so used to making probably Tom uncomfortable that I actually like. That's probably. weird
I'm
to me.
absolutely not at all uncomfortable by it. Not even in the slightest. And probably wouldn't even hide that from you.
Well, like all major cities, Seattle, of course, is got its problems with highways. Right? Many of the routes in the city were badly planned. And despite efforts to rebuild and beautify them, this particular overpass was constructed as part of an urban renewal project, probably in the 70s.
Right.
And while effort has been expended to make the top side of it as functional and good looking as a highway can be, there's been little attention paid to the dark spaces beneath. And this is a place inhabited mostly by people seeking shelter from the eternal rains and the winds that blow in from the Pacific. And they pick up colder air over the rugged snow-capped Olympic Mountains as they blow eastward and then across the deep, cold expanse of Elliott Bay until they reach Seattle, where they just cut through you.
Where it's just murder men and women.
Cold winds.
It's bone
It's
cold.
not much shelter. There's a lot of trash strewn in this part of the city, just like every overpass, right? And it's ignored by the people who drive over it or by it every day. The huge concrete pillars of the overpass rise up on all sides, propping up the bridge of the highway overhead and looming over this deep, shadowy recess. As you pull up, your headlights pick out personal tents, bedrolls, trash, tools, supplies, all the evidence of community living rough in the elements. Not at all pleasant or hopeful place. Now, just at the edge of your headlights, Betty, you can make out what looks to be a makeshift plywood shack. And instead of windows, it's just got holes cut in the plywood, and someone has taped black plastic garbage bags across the holes with some sort of masking tape or electrician's tape. You can see rats scurrying at the edge of the headlights, making away with garbage and pieces of paper that have been strewn here by the wind. There's no working light under here at all. It's dark. But there is a very, very faint glow coming from underneath the doorway of the plywood shack.
Okay.
And there are several flashlights being played about too by people who have probably heard or seen your vehicle approach. Some of them are shining their flashlights right through your windshield
Yeah.
at you. It's really hard to see, actually. One of them is one of those really industrial halogen flashlights
Yeah.
that create
Oh.
a blinding beam.
Oh yeah. Just cuts.
Yeah, I think I would turn off the engine and then almost snapping into a very business-like fashion. You see Betty taking her jacket off and she's like, all right, jacket's off.
Nice call.
You know what,
I think there's a trench in the back, Rico, if you can hand it to me.
I am following suit. Is there something else that might cover up?
Oh
for me?
yeah, I would like my crowbar.
Yep, got that. Do you
And
happen
you
to
just see me
have
slip that in the
bar?
back.
So you've
So
exchanged
you-
that turmeric yellow jacket for your trench,
Yes.
and you've got your crowbar.
Yes.
Uh,
And you notice this trench is very unassuming. It's not like Burberry.
No.
It's very
Yes.
like
You're incognito, 100%.
Yeah.
And that is translating to me. Do you have anything for one of our more obvious companions?
I think there's some ski masks and turtlenecks. You can probably make something work back there.
We will make something work.
You just have a murder
Um,
box back here.
What? I take off my jacket. I turn it inside out. As you take off yours, I'm doing the same thing. Is there a difference between the material on the inside versus what's on the other side?
Yeah, I think there probably is. It's probably a darker, softer material.
Cool. Here, do this. If I don't find something that fits you back here, like a
Yeah.
big trench coat, then I'm going to offer you your own jacket turned inside out.
Okay.
And a ski mask.
All right.
You're putting on a ski mask.
I
as
am.
well.
I'm
Yeah.
not putting on a ski mask.
Tom.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Tom has Streetwise,
Yes.
and
Oh, this was not going to be crazy for him.
yeah, like I would think that I would be comfortable with like taggers down here, bikers down here, maybe.
Interesting idea. How many dots of Streetwise do you have?
I have 3 dots of Streetwise.
And 3
That's good.
composure. Like
You-
you're honestly
you-
like
Yeah.
You know your way around Seattle's rougher
Yeah, I don't
places.
think he's scared
or
here.
at least you know what to expect.
Yeah,
even
maybe
even
not
if
this
you don't.
specific one. Yeah.
Let's make the roll. Let's make it composure and Streetwise.
Okie doke.
That's 6 dice
yeah,
for
that's
you.
6 dice.
One
This
is
is
a
one
hunger
of-
die.
Wow.
I'll take 1 out, put 1 in.
hungry.
Yeah, looking for 3 successes. Oh,
I got 3 successes.
I like how you have like
Yeah.
streetwise like hip and I have like streetwise black market.
Yeah.
little different specialty.
Yeah.
No,
very
so
different
basically, he just knows how to move here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm here to deal.
Right.
I suspect that the tattoo scene and the tagger scene probably has a lot of overlap.
Yes.
In
it does.
Seattle.
Yeah.
So you might even recognize some of the
Work.
some of the designs, the work here.
Yeah.
You got 3 successes.
I did.
Roll this. Make the same roll again. You need 4 successes this time, though.
Oh, okay. No, absolutely not. I did get a red success.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 2 successes.
Yeah.
You're looking for 4. If you want
Willpower,
to spend a
reroll.
willpower, it's superficial, so it refreshes at the beginning of the
Right.
next session. It's not aggravated damage.
I'm gonna do
You
that.
can
This is why we
reroll
earned
up
it
to
back,
3 dice.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I got
Do
it
it.
to spend.
Reroll up to 3 black dice.
Oh, reroll up to 3 black dice.
So you had 2 successes.
Yeah.
two successes.
Reroll
And we're
3 of the failures.
You need 2 more.
Come on.
Oh,
Yes!
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It takes a few minutes as you are studying the signs, the tags,
Yeah.
the marks in the bright lights. Betty's Range Rover, but yeah. You know that tagger's work. And it's fresh too.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. The tagger is known only as the Beetle. Now, you've never met the Beetle,
No.
but you would know the Beetle's work anywhere.
Right.
Intricate, it's modern, and some find it strangely beautiful.
Okay.
There's a rumor that the Beetle actually is a tattooer. You wouldn't be surprised seeing what you see here.
Yeah, so I don't put a ski mask on, then I get out feeling pretty comfortable. And I actually sort of look at you guys who are ready to they're like, go hard.
Exactly. And I just draw the shadows about myself.
Nice.
I'm used to having to be not there, and
Right.
I continue that policy.
So the
I'm
cloak of
worried about
shadows,
Tom.
right?
No, I think as long as you're not flexing your wealth, it's not.
No, I think that you fit in and that's good, but do you want other kindred that might be watching us to know that we were here amongst the thin bloods?
Cameras can't record me, Tom, so
Right.
I'm a little bit more incognitus all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever you want, Tom, I'll support.
I have to question authority, and I have to think everyone deserves a fair shot. So
Those are your
I think
conditions.
that's some bullshit social rules that I just don't buy into.
Ugh. I mean, Tom, I don't agree if it makes you feel better. That, I'm very pro-choice. Like I don't think we should make thin bloods because of the conditions they have to live in. But once they're here,
Right.
Then what's to be done?
I think we
Here
need
they
to
are.
treat them well. Yes. So I'm against the creation of them. I don't not to make this a my body, my choice type situation, but I'm
Getting into some shit.
I don't think it's a complicated topic, but with
I guess I just don't think it's that complicated.
with Seattle,
And I start walking into the.
Oh,
So the rock that comes
Well.
sailing out of the darkness
I see your point.
misses you, misses the Range Rover barely, and lands with a thud, not unlike the thud we just heard, next to the front tire. The flashlights that you have seen are playing around your faces. Now, you're wearing a ski mask.
Mm-hmm.
You appear as normal, but of
Yeah.
course you can't be recorded easily at all. You appear as you normally do, no ski
Yeah,
mask.
I turned
no
my
hat.
jacket inside out.
Turn your
is all.
jacket. And of course, we see Mr. Keen's assumed visage for the night. Is that
Indeed,
right?
I think in this context, my level of comfort involves vanishing or unseen passage.
Ooh. So,
I think I would love it if people thought there were three of us.
Huh.
don't think you can do that under direct observation, but let me take a really quick look here. Actually, you can vanish in plain sight.
This is why I took it.
Cloud's memory.
Isn't it crazy?
That's pretty cool.
It's such a cool, but that's part of vanish completely is his ambition.
Make a rouse check,
Yep,
please.
that's just a single hunger die.
I'm getting roused.
Right?
Why are you getting roused?
That's just a cool ability.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Wait till you
That's
see
what
the
they're
10th level of it.
Yes, well.
Nice.
Success. You do not get hungry. You keep your beast in
No,
check.
the door of the Range Rover opens and it closes.
And nothing gets out.
Now make a roll.
Nice.
Yeah, so what?
It's your wits plus the number of dots you have in obfuscate. And you have rather a lot in obfuscate.
I do. In
An
fact,
unu-
I have
an
4.
unusual amount,
Yes.
as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Make sure
Very,
to
very good at it.
make sure to include your hunger die in the pool.
Indeed. So 3 wits, 4 obfuscate is a pool of 7,
Awesome. Okay.
one of which is the hunger die that Dad is making me roll. All right, here we go.
I'm here to help.
3 successes, 4 successes.
Four successes. Okay. Much better than my roll. You simply aren't there. You do that wavy special effect trick. and
Exactly.
You're just not seen.
And I just travel just sort of an errant path from
You're
little
putting some-
pool of shadow.
Are you
I don't
putting
walk
any
with the group.
distance from
Yeah,
the group, so you are
absolutely.
separating.
I am separating from them.
I mean, they can't see you either unless we do some contested rolls with good cause.
Absolutely. But I mean, these are certainly allies and friends. They know that as soon as the
Yeah, he's in a.
they
he's
know
an
that
adult.
they know that I'm there.
Well, you've seen him do this before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But my fantasy scenario, the way that I think I can be of most help to my friends, is to be the variable in any altercation.
Yeah.
Another rock comes sailing out of the darkness from somewhere behind the flashlight.
Amazing.
Get out of here!
These rocks have to stop.
Oh.
Ooh, 3, 4. Thunk! Hit the fender of the Range Rover.
But not the range.
I'm gonna pick up that rock.
It's actually a big chunk of broken concrete.
Great.
A little bit of rebar sticking out of it.
Get
out!
I would like to pick up this chunk of this rocky cement. Is it like a cement?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
concrete.
It's
Concrete,
a
yeah.
mix.
With lethal body. Can I crush it?
That'll learn.
So you have 2 dots of potence.
Mm-hmm.
Lethal body has a very specific purpose, which makes your physical blows incredibly dangerous to humans. But let's do this. Let's make a strength roll.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make strength plus athletics plus your potence. So that's 1, 2,
Great.
3, 4, 5 dice.
5, 1. And I would, as I'm doing that, I'd like to activate Daunt. So it's happening simultaneously.
Oh, one thing at a time. Let's resolve this
Okay.
roll first.
Darn it, I would have done it the opposite direction. Let's do this roll. How many? 5, 4 with 1 red.
5.
Yeah,
Yep, 5 dice with 100.
we want big unks.
Big onk energy.
Yeah.
I don't see-
2.
2.
2.
Those are not
2.
in the tray.
They're not in the tray. Should I redo
You
them?
should
Are they jack
absolutely
dice?
re-roll
So
them.
one
They're not
was a
in the
success,
tray.
one wasn't.
It's 2 successes. That's
Yeah.
sufficient.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
2
you
successes.
grasp the chunk of concrete, careful not to plunge the rebar through your hand.
Yeah,
Just pulverize it into fine gravel.
Mhm.
And are you saying that you're activating Daunt?
Yes, like right on the
Presence
tail.
power that makes you scary?
Yeah.
Let me double check to make sure that I'm not going to do anything horrible. So, what happens when you activate Daunt? What changes about you? What do those who can see observe that makes you scarier and more intimidating?
There is so much like awe, it kind of pulls people's focus towards me, but as their attention comes to me, there's something about me that gets bigger. There's a look like I just did a really insane pump at the gym.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Like my veins are popping out, my chest is heaving. There's something about me that becomes a little bit more almost animalistic.
Yeah.
As I look like I get a couple inches larger in size, my brow furrows and my like intensity just amplifies.
You got like the steroid rage.
I did exactly.
Oh.
I was gonna say that, but you know,
Roid rage.
it's definitely like a roid rage.
Are we not allowed to say roid rage?
I don't. It's okay with me.
That's okay.
I don't think it's against the TOS.
No, it's totally fine. I was just, you know,
Now, obviously, that's one of
If
our
you're
sponsors.
struggling with steroids, please
sponsored
talk
by
to somebody.
steroids.
Somebody from behind the flashlights that you can't see mutters, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Then I hear that.
Mhm.
No, oh shit, man, we're cool. Are you cool? Because we're cool.
Are you saying this in a reassuring way or an intimidating way?
I am being direct. That's not a threat. It's meant to let them know I can, but I don't have to.
It can go how they want.
Yeah.
All three of the flashlights are now focused on you.
I got my ski mask on. I let that dust from that thing that I just crumbled, like fall to the ground, and I just. Are we cool?
In the light of the Range Rover, the headlights, which have you left them on or did you turn them off when
No,
you got
I
out of
cut
the car?
the engine
You cut
off,
them.
yeah.
So the only light in this underpass area are the three flashlights now trained all on you, and of course the very faint light coming from beneath the door of the makeshift plywood shack.
My body relaxes as I lean back against the vehicle.
But you're not ending the Daunt effect,
No,
right?
but I'm just relaxing, and I'm saying,
You're relaxing right next to that big old dent. Right?
yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I just say, hey, is Beetle here?
Who wants to know?
Tom Hollandaise, motherfucker.
I don't know Tom Hollandaise. You know Tom. There's some murmured conversation from behind the flashlights.
Do the flashlights move?
One of the flashlights slowly pans over to Tom, starts at his feet, goes up to his head. You know you got your jacket on inside out?
Yeah, it's the new trend, and all the kids are doing it. Where's Beetle?
Why are you here?
To talk to Beetle. Why aren't you in school?
I don't know. There's some more murmured conversation. What you can hear are things like, I don't know who they are, but you know, maybe no, it's probably somebody else. We can't trust him. Forget it. Go away, please.
I have in my flaws a rival smuggler.
It's true. You do.
Does this person have a name?
I think that you get the privilege of naming.
Oh. Somebody else do it. I'm bad at names.
David.
David?
What about
Yeah.
David?
David. Okay, yes, David. Oh, God, I hate this guy. Okay, tell David Betty's here.
And I got somebody I can try later.
It concerns Beetle.
Oh, nice.
What's with the mask?
Keeps my face warm.
Yeah, he's got a cold face. Where's Beetle?
I think we ought to kill him. Don't you think so? Yeah, I think we ought to kill him.
Are you sure about that?
I think this is a great place to pause our vampire story for now.
Oh,
You're a wicked man.
the tension.
It has been remarked.
Oh man. Yeah, let's fight.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready. Let's get it. Well, up next time.
I know,
Next
but
time.
maybe we won't.
On
We might
Vampire.
Thank you very much for joining us for Seattle by Night, Season 2, Episode 1, Fresh Tendrils.
Woo.